This is the VELOWAVE Electric Bike Peak 1200W BAFANG motor, and just looking at it for the first time, it definitely makes an impression. You really can't miss those huge 26-inch fat tires, the tough-looking aluminum frame, and the overall rugged build. When I first unboxed it, I was honestly a bit intimidated by its size and solid profile. It feels more like a motorcycle than a regular bike, which was kind of cool but also made me wonder if riding and moving it around would be a hassle. From my experience over these past couple of weeks, this bike is all about power and comfort. The fat tires are one of the key features here. They're wide, grippy, and really stable, which means a smoother ride whether I'm on cracked sidewalks, gravel, or even a bit of off-roading. Honestly, I barely feel the bumps. It's not just for show. These big tires do most of the shock absorption, especially since there's only front suspension and not in the back. I thought that might be an issue, but on fat tire bikes like this, your ride still feels cushy enough, even on sketchy paths. Something else I noticed right away is the size of the frame. If you're someone who likes a bigger, more commanding ride, this is perfect for you. It sits up higher and definitely feels more substantial than most e-bikes I've tried in this price range. At nearly 73 pounds, it's no lightweight, and I'll be honest, it's not the easiest thing to lift or fit into tight spaces. Moving it upstairs or putting it on a car rack by myself isn't something I'd want to do every day. That said, the heft gives you a real sense of security, especially when riding at higher speeds or across unpredictable terrain. It just feels solid. Key features worth talking about are the 750-watt BAFANG rear hub motor, which can peak at 1200 watt, and the 48-volt 15Ah LG battery. For anyone just getting into e-bikes, that basically means you have a lot of torque and quick acceleration, with enough range for long rides. The bike tops out at 28 miles per hour if you're using pedal assist, and around 20 miles per hour on throttle only, which is just using the little lever on the handlebar, no pedaling required. In my opinion, cruising at those speeds, especially on open bike paths or gentle hills, feels really exhilarating. I took it up some pretty steep inclines and it handled them way better than I expected. Hills that would have had me sweaty and out of breath on a regular bike were a breeze. I also want to mention daily usability. The removable battery is a huge convenience. I usually leave the bike in my garage and just take the battery inside to charge overnight, so I don't have to fiddle with dragging the whole thing into the house. It takes about 4 hours for a full charge. The company says it gets up to 65 plus miles in the lowest pedal assist mode. But for me, with mixed riding and some throttle use, I consistently saw around 40 to 50 miles before needing to plug in again. That's plenty for my commuting and weekend exploring. Riding the VELOWAVE feels super user-friendly. The LCD display is simple and easy to understand, showing speed, battery level, mileage, and which pedal assist level I'm in. I appreciate that even though it's small, it's still clear and gives you a little welcome sign when you turn it on, which is a nice touch. Switching between riding modes is straightforward. Pure electric mode means you don't have to pedal at all. Pedal assisted adds extra power as you pedal, and classic mode is just like riding a regular bike with no motor help. Most of the time, I use pedal assist on level 2 or 3, and that feels just right for a natural, comfortable ride. The bike comes with a Shimano 7-speed gear set, which is handy when you want to fine-tune your pace or save battery on flat runs. I'm no pro cyclist, but having the option to drop gears for hills or shift up for speed adds to the versatility. Speaking of control, the hydraulic disc brakes are such an improvement over regular mechanical brakes, especially at higher speeds. Stops feel smooth and reliable, even if the roads are wet or the bike is loaded up. VELOWAVE throws in plenty of thoughtful features. The adjustable suspension fork up front soaks up most of the shock when you ride over potholes or curbs. If you're used to a regular bike, you'll notice right away how much more comfortable this is. The faux leather seat adds another layer of comfort. I did a couple of longer rides, over 20 miles, and didn't feel sore afterward, which isn't always the case with e-bikes in this category. Plus, there's a handy cargo rack if you're like me and frequently carry a backpack, groceries, or office stuff. I'll admit, when it arrived about 85% pre-assembled, I was nervous about putting the rest together. The instructions are clear, but if you've never put a bike together before, you may need to watch a video online or get a little help. Luckily, all the tools you need are included, and once it's set up, it feels sturdy. I was relieved that customer support was pretty responsive when I had a question about the brakes, though I have read that some people found them harder to reach. From my experience, there are a couple of downsides. The weight is obvious. If you ever need to carry this bike, plan ahead. The fat tires, while great for grip and stability, don't bite as well on hard-packed dirt, so if you're only doing off-road or trail riding, you may want to swap them for something with a different tread pattern. Occasionally, the pedal assist kicks in with a second or two delay, which can be a little awkward in traffic when you need immediate response. Also, depending on how you use the throttle, the acceleration can vary a bit. Sometimes you get a nice boost. Other times it feels softer. Nothing deal-breaking, just stuff to be aware of. In terms of who this bike is perfect for, I'd recommend this for anyone wanting a do-it-all e-bike that feels safe, strong, and fun, whether you're commuting, running errands, or just cruising for leisure. It's also great for heavier riders or people who prefer a stable, bigger frame. Apartment dwellers will love the removable battery since you don't need to bring the whole bike indoors. If you're new to e-bikes, this is simple and not too overwhelming. The controls are easy, there's a built-in rack, and the ride is smooth and comfortable. I do wish it was a little lighter for those moments when I actually have to pick it up. I also wish the display was just a bit more advanced, maybe with color or better navigation. But honestly, after using it a while, you kind of forget about that. In conclusion, the VELOWAVE Electric Bike delivers a strong, reliable, and comfortable ride, with plenty of power to handle hills, long distances, and a bit of everything in between. The fat tires, solid brakes, and big battery really set it apart. If you're searching for your next e-bike upgrade, or just want something that handles daily rides and weekend adventures, I'd absolutely recommend checking this one out. I will leave detailed information about the VELOWAVE Electric Bike in the comments for your reference. Thank you for watching.